Taking the stage to Dolly Parton, Rebecca Kleefisch is welcomed by applause at Western States Envelope Company. The former lieutenant governor of 8 years honed in on the Evers administration, from the pandemic to protests.
Many of us in this room have been sickened by the fact that Tony Evers sided with rioters over our good police.
More on campaign strategy, Kleefisch went on to paint Governor Tony Evers as a weak leader, bending to the teachers' union on shutting down schools, and incompetent for favoring the extension of additional unemployment benefits.
He may shut down our schools, he may shut down our economy, he may shut down our churches, but today we begin to shut down Tony Evers.
Meanwhile, Democrats wasted no time with this response.
We're here today to talk about why Rebecca Kleefisch is radically wrong for Wisconsin.
We do not want to go back to those failed days of a Scott Walker administration, and that's all she is a 2.0.
Wisconsin Democratic Party leaders opened a Thursday press conference slamming the former lieutenant governor, bringing back what they call failures of the Walker administration.
She opposed affordable health care expansion. She supported disastrous cuts to transportation funding. She gutted funding for public education, and she rejected much-needed federal funds for partisan reasons alone.
As the campaign trail heats up, this race could get crowded pretty quickly. Online records show several people have already filed the paperwork to run against Governor Evers. Now, topping that list locally is State Representative John Mako, although his campaign did not answer a request for an interview.
President Biden's vaccine requirement will affect the more than 37,000 employees working for Greenbay area's 30 biggest employers alone. Some of Greenbay's own favor the decision.
It would stop it from what is going on right now.
While others do not favor it, despite the alternative to opt for weekly testing instead.
I can understand why he wants it, for like the people to feel safe and secure, but I feel like it's kind of a little bit of a control factor in my eyes.
Dr. Ashok Rai is the president and CEO of Prevea Health. The organization already has a mandate in place for employees. He says this will help vaccine rates significantly in the community. According to state data, nearly 53% of residents in Brown County are fully vaccinated.
We want more and more people vaccinated, whether it's through employers or through their own personal decision. We're just happy that people are going to get vaccinated. Dr.
Rai says vaccine supply will need to be considered with the decision bringing an uptick in demand.
I hope the government supplies those. We're ready to give vaccines on site. We hope the government continues to make sure that we have enough stock to do that, which I think they will. And we'll need to move as rapidly as the executive orders say we do.
We reached out to several of Green Bay area's largest employers, including Bellin Health, but they would not provide a comment for us at this time. Wisconsin Public Service did provide a statement saying it's reviewing President Biden's announcement and will communicate any changes with our employees when there is more information to share. WPS does require masks and encourages employees to get vaccinated.
Good morning. Delighted to be here.
Well, what a milestone this is. Tell us about those first beginnings, the start of UW-Oshkosh 150 years ago.
Well, it really all started in the 1860s when Wisconsin wanted to have a professional teaching course. So they started a series of normal schools. Platteville was first, and then Whitewater, and then we were the third school. And we competed against all of the different communities in this Fox Valley region. So in 1871, I'm going to show you the building. They built this building right here in 1871, which it lasted until about 1916, when unfortunately it burned to the ground, and they built Dempsey Hall after that.
Wow.
So it was the people who brought the school to the community.
And what are some of the most significant advances UW has seen over the years?
Well, the advances, of course, is we have produced fantastic classroom teachers for the last 150 years. But over the years, we've added all sorts of different kinds of degrees, for instance, in business and in nursing, in all those different arts and sciences disciplines that we have. So it really became a full-fledged regional comprehensive university. So I think that's been the biggest impact on this community.
Yeah, and it's kind of had a ripple effect on the community too, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Just about anywhere I go, I always ask people to raise their hands if they graduated from UWO, and it's amazing how many people have in this region. We are educating the Fox Valley, and it's really gratifying to meet alumni.
So what's happening this Sunday, the 150th celebration? What's going on and who's invited?
Well, what's going on is we're having a community celebration. We want to bring the community to the university, to the campus here in Oshkosh to celebrate because they were the ones who started it. And so we have a celebration that starts at 11 a.m. on Sunday, September 12th. And it's actually inspired by this event right here in 1911. It was a community play put on at the university where thousands of community members attended. And so this was the inspiration for the community picnic that we're going to have on Sundays, 11 a.m. here on the campus.
We're going to talk more about that in our next hour. It's been really fun to see some of these old images and video on campus. But real quick, I'd like to ask you before we leave, Chancellor, how does it feel to start the new year? And is there a sense of normalcy on campus?
Well, it feels wonderful to start the new year. With the campus has thousands of students, as it should. Students are very, very happy to be back. We're glad that they're back. And yes, I think there is a sense of normalcy on campus. We are in masks, but we don't have the social distancing we had last year. And so the students, I think, are getting a really great college experience.